Hey guys, this is Leah with Scott Leroy Marketing, and in today's tip video, I'm going to show you the 5 main places that you'll need to update your email address should you get a new email address within the KW technology. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do is go to mykw.kw.com, and we're going to look at all the spots that you'll need to change out your email address. Alright, again, that is mykw.kw.com. On the top left of your screen, you should see that here. And let's go ahead and click on Profile on the top left of your myKW home screen. That should be by your headshot. So we'll select Profile in blue. And once that page loads, we'll need to go ahead and click Edit in the first column. Okay, so right under where it says the word White Pages, go ahead and click Edit in red. Okay, that's in the myKW info column. And it does typically take a couple seconds to load, but once it does, we'll want to scroll to the very bottom of your screen here, and you'll notice an email field. So if you get a new email address, this is the first spot we'll want to go ahead and change that out. So if you want to put in, let's say, your kw.com email address, I can go ahead and enter that in. And click Save on the very bottom of your screen. Alright, this email field right here is what controls where you receive intranet emails. Okay, it's also if anyone tries to contact you from your agent profile or kw.com, this is the email address that will come from. So that's an important email address to go ahead and update. And once you do click Save on the bottom of your screen, you'll notice it does tell you that the associate information has been successfully saved. So you know that you did that properly. And I can go ahead and X out of that. All right, that'll take you back to this contact information comparison. All right, we already did it in this first column, so now we need to click Edit in the second column under My Leads. So go ahead and click on Edit in red there. All right, and this will pull up your contact info. And what this edits right here, so in this email address field, and the third one down, all right, this controls what email address displays on your mobile app. All right, so go ahead and change out that email address field and click Save on the bottom of your screen. All right, just a heads up, once you do change your email address in this section here, it will take 72 hours to populate that change on the mobile app. So there is a slight delay there, just so you're aware. All right, it does give me this green confirmation that the save is successful, so I can X out of this as well. Now coming back to this contact information comparison, all right, I do see my email address right here is still the same. You will just need to refresh your page in order to see that email update. If you're not familiar with how to refresh your page, you're just looking for the icon that looks like an arrow in a circle. Depending on your browser, that's typically by the back button on your browser on the top left. I'm in Google Chrome. So if you're in Chrome, it's this icon right here. And once I refresh my page, I can see that my email address has now been updated in all 3 of these columns. Okay, so we just need to click Edit in the first column and that second column over to adjust that for all 3 columns here. And I can X out of that page. All right, so you'll want to go back to mykw.kw.com. So if it doesn't take you right back to that page, feel free to just type in this URL bar, mykw.kw.com, to get to your KW homepage. So the next place we'll want to change that out is in your .loop account. So on this top center e-edge control panel box right here, you'll notice it says My Transactions with a blue link that says Start My Transactions right under it. All right, go ahead and click that blue link that says Start My Transactions, and that should take you directly into your .loop page. All right, that is the best way to get into your .loop account directly, as it shouldn't ask you for further passwords, so it'll take you directly into your .loop account. All right, to change out your email address in Dotloop, let's go ahead and hover over your headshot on the top right black toolbar. If you don't have your headshot entered in quite yet, that'll just be your initials. Again, a circle on the top right black toolbar here. And let's select My Account from that dropdown. All right, from this account setting page, you'll notice in the right side column here how it has your email address. And you'll just simply need to click in that field under where it says email address to change that out right away. All right, so there's a couple different scenarios of how this can work in Dotloop. So let me show you a couple things that can happen. First of all, if you put in an email address, you'll want to scroll down to the very bottom and click Save on the bottom right here. That big red button on the very bottom right of your page. Now, if you do press Save and scroll up to the top and see this red bar that says the email address is already in use, that does happen quite a bit. A lot of times agents will have a second Dotloop account accidentally created for them. Happens all the time. If you do run into that, feel free to email support@scottleroymarketing.com, and we have a workaround that will help you fix this issue up. All right, so again, feel free to email us if you see this red bar here. But to show you what happens when it is actually working, let me go ahead and put in another email address here. And again, I'll scroll to the very bottom right and click Save. Now when it works properly, you'll see this yellow bar that says a verification email has been sent to your email address. Click on the verification link in that email to change your email. All right, so at this point you would need to navigate on over to your email inbox where you should see an email from Dotloop. It'll be a verification email that you'll just need to click the button in that email to confirm this email address change. Okay, so Dotloop is the one spot that you will have to do a second step to finalize this email address change. Just a heads up on that. All right, so you can scroll to the very top of your screen again. And let's click this myKW logo on the very top left to get back to your myKW home screen. All right, we've now changed that out in 3 of the main spots that you'll want to change out your email address. So we just have 2 more to go here. All right, the next part we're going to cover is changing your email address in your eEdge account. So to access your eEdge account right away, we'll want to click on this View Contacts, that blue link on this top center eEdge control panel box. So again, go ahead and click on this blue link that says View Contacts on your eEdge control panel. And it may take a couple seconds to load. It might spin for a little bit. No worries, once that does load, go ahead and come up to My Account on the top gray toolbar and select My Account in blue from that dropdown. All right, once that page loads, the main place that you'll need to pay attention to your email address is in this marketing section. All right, you'll see this gray bar that says marketing. And this email address right here is the one that will go on the bottom of any campaigns that go out of your system or any marketing material created in your account. So to edit this right here, as you might have guessed, we'll simply click on this blue edit button on the top left of your screen. And where you actually change this email address is in this external email field right above it. So this is where I need to adjust that email address. Now before clicking save, there is one last thing you'll need to do here. In this marketing and reply to email, make sure this does not say CRM email, that we change that to the actual external email that we just entered in above. And so make sure you go ahead and change that here. And let's click Save on the top left. Once that saves, just cross-check that you do see the correct email address in this marketing or reply to email. Again, that is the one that is visible by the public. Just a note, this eEdge email address right here, that is not visible by the public. That is just letting you know what your eEdge email address is, but you can't change it from here. Don't be alarmed. No one can see that anyway. This is the main email address that is visible by the public if you send out marketing pieces and so forth. So this is the one to worry about in here. All right, great. So now I adjusted that in eEdge. So we need to get back to the myKW home screen. And to do that, we can just click on that KW logo on the top left gray toolbar here to get right back to your myKW home screen. Now the final spot that you'll need to change out your email address is just in the back end of your Playster site, and then we are all done. So to navigate on over to your Playster site, let's go ahead and hover over Technology on the top black toolbar. And let's go to KW Websites from that dropdown. Again, we clicked on KW Websites, about that third option down under Technology. And let's go ahead and click on that big red button that says Go to my website. That will take you right on over to the Playster dashboard, and it has been taking a couple seconds to load here, so just give it a second to load fully. And once it does, on the left-hand side, you'll want to notice the section that says Quick Actions with a bunch of blue links under it. So let's go ahead and select the blue link that says Edit Site, that second option down under Quick Actions. Alright, that will take you into the site settings for your Playster site. And where you'll want to scroll down is you'll notice a bunch of blue links going down your page. And let's scroll down to the Site Info option. Okay, so go ahead and select Site Info under the Site Design section. We're selecting Site Info. And the two main spots in here that you'll need to change out your email address is under Contact Details. So scroll down slightly and notice this email section, which we can change out to our new email address. And you'll also need to change that out in the Office Details. So scroll down slightly and let's change that email address one more time. From here, we can simply scroll a little further and click that green Save button on the very bottom right. There is one last place I'd like for you to cross-check your email address in the back end of Playster, and that is in that Lead Capture section near the bottom of your screen. So in this More category, we see Lead Capture in blue. If I scroll to the bottom of this lead capture page, we'll want to make sure our email address is correct here. So this is how the Playster website knows where to notify you of new leads. So you can put several email addresses in here, as you can see. Just make sure those are separated by commas. So if you need to add in your new email address or take out another email address, you can absolutely do that here. Again, just make sure those are separated by commas. And then click Save. All right, and that is the 5 main spots that you need to update your email address should you get a new email address throughout the KW technology. If you have any questions, feel free to email us at support@scottleroymarketing.com.